think you're an abysmal winner.
Waiting for a Jackie Crash.
Jackie Crash.
And we're in San Diego, California, hanging out with everybody from Jackie Crash. And if you get a chance, come by James Coffee. That's where I'll be hanging out.
Jackie Crash on the road.
Dear Mr. Crash, here is your ticket to business class.
I don't know, pretty normal, I guess. I didn't have too much to compare it to. But my parents are married, and they're still married, and I got an older sister and younger brother. Then I got real into surfing and skating, and I suppose that's what ultimately introduced me to the subculture of punk rock music, you know. At a pretty early age, you know, 12 years old, 13 is the first time I listened to like Circle Jerks, you know, and I hated it. Liz started really being attracted to music and stuff my sister introduced to me, which were, before I got into punk music, I was listening to like new wave, electronic, like, you know, Depeche Mode, Cure, English Beat, Bauhaus, a lot of that stuff, and then I got into punk, and then it's just each it's like just a stepping stone to something else, you know. So it's not really like different, because I still hear those bands. I still, if Minor Threat comes on when we're listening to it in the shop, I walk over and I turn it up, you know. But it's just you add pieces to the puzzle and you just keep making a bigger picture. Gorilla Biscuits Start Today was probably one of the bigger records that changed my life, at least set me down the real path of this is the music I love and this is who I kind of set me as a person too, like the message that they were saying, like that set the foundation. Jimmy Eat World, Clarity, I don't know if it changed my life, but it just kind of opened my eyes to some other stuff, you know, like I was so listening to loud, aggressive music with not that much melody, you know, and then I got into that, and that kind of opened my world to sort of post-hardcore, sort of more melodic, but still sort of heartfelt music.
I just want to tell you that Boxcar Racer is one of my most favorite records from all the time. Yeah. And if you just jump back in time, what is your most favorite song from this record?
Oof, man, I loved a lot of that record. I still do, but for some reason, I like. No one really talked about that one very much, but I always was terribly attracted to that song when we wrote it and started and played it and everything. I thought that was just a super good song. But I liked There Is, and I liked Feel So, and I liked, you know, Letters to God. I liked all that stuff. So it's like the record, it's so hard to pick out because I do think like it was not Tiny Voices, Cat Like Thief. Cat Like Thief, like as a standout, was because growing up listening to Operation Ivy and Rancid, I can define and remember all those times. And then all of a sudden, we had the opportunity to work with Tim Armstrong from those bands, and that was pretty surreal. Like, cause we got sitting in the studio, that whole experience was crazy. Like being in that band, because I was going from playing in a band called Over My Dead Body, to all of a sudden playing in this band that people actually cared about, you know. I don't drink alcohol. I never have in my life. Yeah, I've never had a beer, never anything. So, drinking espresso, drinking coffee was my adult social activity. I didn't start drinking coffee till I was in my 30s, you know, and it was from just traveling and trying new stuff and making that decision. You know what? Like, I'm tired of saying no to everything, and somebody said they wanted to go try a cup, you know, let's go have a cup of coffee, and I was like, you know what? Okay, cool, I'll go.
Where the hell is Jackie Crash?
Wake up, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie Crash.